Vybe on the
Now
beat.
you know fi change. I know you get mine, you get a grace. Shoot a shot, but you break a heart. Examine your words.
Hello there, how you doing today? I'm Smithzer Vybe. Hope you're doing great out there. Today I'm gonna be walking you guys through a mix I actually did for an artist named Jamaica. He actually did a cover to Contour by Joeboy. So today I'm gonna be walking you guys through on the breakdown on how I actually achieve the vocals to sound like the preview which we actually just listened to not quite long. So without wasting much time, guys, let's hit straight to our DW. Whenever I get an instrumental like this, what I usually do is I always reduce the gain of the beat by 6 dB so that the vocals will be able to like compete properly with the instrumental without any processing being done on them. You get. So that's what I actually did here. I brought down the gain of the beat by minus this 6 dB, which is this. There are actually two ways which we can actually do this, and one is either you do it here or you come directly to the track and go straight to the fader and you bring this down by minus 6 dB. Either ways, this will give you the same result you get. So then what I do is I route my instrumental to a bus track, which is this, which I titled beat track, so that whatever processing I want to do on them, it will be easier for me to do them there, because I don't like coming directly on the instrumental track and do whatever I want to do on the vocals. These tracks that are faded, I muted these tracks because during recording I like taking multiple takes so that I'll be able to like select the best performance of the artist. So if you notice here, you see there are some parts that are chopped off, different name, different track name. They are from different takes here, different takes. This part here, this is it here. This part here, this was where I took it from. So I ensure I record multiple takes to ensure that I get the best delivery of the artist, because most times some vocals will be good, some section of the vocals will not be sounding properly. You get. So that's what I did. Then straight up to the mixing, what did I do? First was I inserted an RVOX to it. RVOX is a compressor. What you do is just take down this particular knob, you bring it down to the required compression you want, and the vocal sounds compressed. So what I'm actually using this RVOX to do is to ensure that the vocals is consistent, and as we all know, vocals are actually dynamic in nature. What do I mean by that? You have some part whenever you're talking or you're singing, there are some parts whereby the vocals will sound quite quiet, and there are some parts whereby it will sound a bit loud, and some parts whereby it will be very, very loud. So what do I use RVOX, which is a compressor, to do here is now is to compress the vocals so that it will be like consistent. So those louder parts will be compressed while those quiet parts will also move up to compete, and the vocals will be on the same level. You get. So that is what actually use RVOX to do here. So let's listen to what the RVOX is doing. I'll bypass the instrumental, only the vocals will be playing. So this is just what RVOX is doing.
I know you get mind, you get a grace. Shoot a shot, but you break a heart.
Let me bypass it. See?
I know you get mind, you get a grace. Shoot a shot, but you break a heart. Examine your words before a heart.
I'll be playing the vocals while also bypassing the RVOX, and also I'll engage it back on, so you get to feel what RVOX is actually doing to the vocals as it's playing. Now listen. I'll start with it on.
Messi, you dey cut, you dey run, you dey score. Every day you ball into the core. When them stand on your way, them dey fall. Oh no, because ja, fend and rain. When this fire way there for my soul, she use my heart to break it fast. Oh no, she for pity my soul.
You can see we're having a gain reduction of minus 2.8, and we're actually not compressing the vocal that much, just to keep it up front. So with the beat, this is how it sounds like.
Messi, you dey cut, you dey run, you dey score. Every day you ball into the core. When them stand on your way, them dey fall. Oh no, because ja, fend and rain. When this fire way there for my soul, she use my heart to break it fast. Oh no, she for pity my soul. Oh my Bambi, such a pity.
So that was what I actually did with RVOX to get the vocal sit up front and consistent. Then the next thing I added was an EQ. REQ is actually an equalizer from waves, and what did I do with it? I rolled off about 150. That's the rumbles of the vocals that are not needed. I removed that part because I actually don't need what is going on down there. If you can see, now this is how.
Messi, you dey cut, you dey run, you dey score. Every day you ball into the core.
See, there's actually nothing going on down here, so I rolled it off to like 150. Then around this place, that's here, I brought it down around 300. I brought down the because it's actually sounding muddy. Let's listen to how it sounds.
Messi, you dey cut, you dey run, you dey.
That's how it sounds like.
Messi, you dey cut, you dey run, you dey score. Every day you ball.
So it's actually making the vocals a bit muddy. That's the muddy frequency. So I actually brought it down by -3 dB.
Messi, you dey cut, you dey run, you dey score.
I hope you can actually hear the difference. So, and the next thing I did was here, this particular frequency here, this is it. So I took it out. This is actually how it sounds. Let me exaggerate it.
Messi, you dey cut, you dey run, you dey score.
So it's sounding like you're actually singing through a pipe. You get, like when you're holding a pipe and you're singing through a pipe. That's how that particular frequency sounds like. So I took it down by -4.9. So, and here also around 937 hertz. Let me exaggerate it so we know what I'm taking out. So this is it.
Messi, you dey cut, you dey run, you dey score.
So if you notice, it's actually singing as if it covers his nose. When you are singing and you're covering your nose, that's how that particular frequency sounds like. So I took that out also by -4. And around 8K, I actually boosted the frequency there by 2.9. This is it. And I did that to like make the vocals breathe and to give it some hair and sheen, you get. So gives presence to the vocals, you get. So that's what I actually use this EQ to do. Let's bypass this EQ and we'll engage it back on and see the effect it's actually doing. So this is from here.
Messi, you dey cut, you dey run, you dey score. Every day you ball into the core. When them stand on your way, them they fall. Oh no, because Jah fend and rain. When this fire way there for my soul, she used my heart to break it fast. Oh no, she for pity my soul. Oh my Bambi.
Yeah, so that's just how the EQ sounded. Then the next thing, if you notice while playing, you'll be hearing some background noise in the vocal.
Short, but you break a heart.
That's the earphone bleed. The signal coming from the headset was actually being picked up by the mic. So to remove that, I used a plugin called NS1. NS1 is actually a plugin by Waves. And what did I do? I brought it up to around 30.5. So it actually removed some of the background noise, but I think not all. Let's listen.
Mind, you get a craze, shoot a shot, but you break a heart. Examine your words before you say, pull your trigger, but me no feel hurt. Like Messi, you dey cut, you dey run, you dey score. Every day cut, you dey run, you dey score. Every day you ball into the core.
So that's what I actually use my C1 to do. Now let's play with the instrumental. Let's see how it sounded. Just 3 plugins I've added.
You get mine, you get a craze, shoot a shot, but you break a heart. Examine your words before you say, pull your trigger, but me no feel hurt. Like Messi, you dey cut, you dey run, you dey score. Every day you ball into the core. When them stand on your way, them they fall. Oh no, because bend and rain. When this fire.
So now after achieving that, my vocals are now okay, sounding a bit consistent. So what I did was I added another compressor to it, and this one was CLA2A by Waves. And what I actually did with this was just to tame the vocals a bit. I'm not actually using it to compress that much, just to tame the vocals a bit. Now I'll play it for you to listen, so you get to see what. Look at this pick, what's it called, this pin here, and see how slightly it's actually moving. It's not moving that much. So that's what I actually use this particular compressor to do.
You get mind,
You
you
see,
get a craze.
it's not going to be above 1 or 2.
You get mind, you get a craze. Shoot a shot, but you break a heart. Examine your words before you say. Pull your trigger, but me no feel hurt. Like a Messi, you dey cut, you dey run, you dey score. Every day you ball into the core. When them stand on your way, them they fall. Oh no no, because ja,
Now
fend and ring.
let me remove it. Without it, this is how it sounded.
You get mind, you get a craze. Shoot a shot, but you break a heart. Examine your words before you say.
So I actually used it to tame the vocals a bit. That's to cut off some of those peaks that are poking through. So I use that compressor to like chop those peak off a bit. You get, not that much, because I don't want the vocals to be sounding over compressed. You get, so that's why I'm actually using it that way. Then the next thing was I used another EQ, because I noticed when I added my compressor, that was the CLA2A, I noticed that some frequency came up again. So I'm actually using this particular EQ to like remove those frequency which the compressor might have added back, and to roll off the frequency again, because the compressor actually, what it does was it brought out some body in the vocals, and also brought back those rumbleness. So what I did was to roll it off by 120, and I took out around 287 hertz. I took out 287 hertz to also make those frequency that are actually not making the vocals sound properly. I took them out. So this is how it sounded like.
You get mind, you get a craze. Shoot a shot, but you break a heart. Examine your words before you say. Pull your trigger, but me no feel hurt. Like a Messi, you dey cut.
If you notice, this particular frequency came up more here and here. This was what I was actually taking out.
You get mind, you get a craze. Shoot a shot.
You can actually hear how the vocal sounds there in this particular frequency here. So I took that out.
You get mind, you get a craze. Shoot a shot, but you break a heart.
So that's actually what I took out, and I rolled it off around 120, because I don't want the vocals to be too thin. You get. So that's pretty much what I did with the EQ. Then I added another compressor, and this compressor, I think I added it for the tone shaping. Like, this is actually the compressor I use to bring the vocal up front, and I'm not actually doing much, as you can see. Let's play it.
You get mind, you get a craze. Shoot a shot, but you break a heart. Examine your words before you say.
As you can see, it's not going above 3 dB. I'm just doing it to stop at to reduce the vocals by 2-3 dB.
You get mind, you get a craze. Shoot a shot, but you break a heart. Examine your words before you say. Pull your trigger, but me no feel hurt. Like a Messi, you dey cut, you dey run, you dey score. Every day you ball into the.
So if you can notice, it's stopping at 2-3 dB. Then I added another compressor, a C1 compressor, and this C1 compressor is actually used to tame the vocals a bit. If you check up, I'm not using the makeup gain at all. Let me increase this screen size so you'll be able to see. This makeup gain, I didn't actually increase it. It's just the way it is. What I actually did was, and the ratio was about 1.4 ratio. That's 1.4. And what I did is just to tame the vocals a bit. Just be watching this particular place. You'll be seeing the gain reduction I'm actually getting is not that much. Okay, listen.
You get mind, you get a craze. Shoot a shot, but you break a heart. Examine your words before you say. Pull your trigger, but me no feel hurt. Like a Messi.
All these things are just to tame the vocals, to make it a bit consistent. You get, because this little things I'm adding is actually the reason why the vocals came up front. And the next thing I did, now after compressing my EQ, boosting, and all those things, What I actually added next was a DEesser, and this DEesser was just to like tame the sibilance frequencies, that's the S's and the harsh frequencies in the vocals. So this actually made the vocals a bit cleaner and not too harsh in the ear. Now listen to what it's doing.
You get mind, you get a grace, shoot a shot, but you break a heart. Examine your words before you say, pull your trigger, but me no feel hurt, like a messy.
You will notice whenever the S sound comes out, like the messy, those words that has a consonant S in it, that's actually what is actually triggering this compressor to actually to compress a beat. You get? So
You get mind, you get a grace, shoot a shot, but you break a heart. Examine your words before.
now from here, I think this is what I actually did to like tone shape the vocals and also remove some frequencies that I don't like. So now let's play it together with the beat. Let's see how the vocal sounds with the beat.
You get mind, you get a grace, shoot a shot, but you break a heart. Examine your words before you say, pull your trigger, but me no feel hurt, like a messy. You dey cut, you dey run, you dey score. Every day you ball into the core. When them stand on your way, them they fall. Oh no no, Pico Jab, fend and rain. When this fire where they for my soul, she use my heart to break it fast.
Now I'll bypass it and play it, and you see the difference.
You get mind, you get a grace, shoot a shot, but you break a heart. Examine.
I'll engage it back.
You get mind, you get a grace, shoot a shot, but you break a heart. Examine your words before you say, pull your trigger, but me no feel hurt, like a messy. You dey cut, you dey run, you dey score. Every day you ball into the core. When them stand on your way, them they fall. Oh no no, Pico Jab, fend and rain. When this fire where they for my soul, she use my heart to break it fast. Oh no no, she for pity my soul. Oh my Bambi, such a pity. Where you been there when I call you?
So that's what I actually did to the vocals, and now I got a consistent and upfront vocals that is competing properly with the instrumental. Now after making sure that my vocals are upfront, what I actually did next was I added a delay on it directly. I didn't actually use this delay because I wanted to mix this song fast, so I added the delay directly to the insert track. And if you check this dry wet here, I reduced it to 6, and I made it a 8-note delay, and that's 1/8 note, 1/8. Then I made it a ping pong so that the vocals will be moving left and right towards our ears. You get? So why did I do this? I did this so to make the vocals a bit wider and it will be sounding like the vocals are huge. Now let me show you what it's actually doing. Now without the instrumental, just the vocals, listen to what it's doing.
You get mind, you get a grace, shoot a shot, but you break a heart. Examine your words before you say, pull your trigger, but me no feel hurt, like a messy. You dey cut, you dey run, you dey score. Every day you ball into the core. When them stand on your way, them they fall. Oh no no.
So in order to get this right, what you need to do first is you have to like ensure that the tempo which the beat is actually being created on is the exact tempo you are recording the artist on. Else you find it difficult to set your delay or your reverb on time. You get? So the BPM of this song is 102, which I actually did here, as you can see here where my mouse is. You can see 102. That's why in my delay I'm having 102 BPM. That's actually the tempo of the song. So if you were like to just set the tempo to any number and you're recording, you find it difficult to get your delay or your reverb to sit on time. So ensure you always set your tempo. I think I'll make a YouTube tutorial on how to get the tempo of any beat you're making. You get? So it will be easier for you when you want to record any artist, or maybe an artist sends you a beat over to record or to work with. Ensure you always get the tempo right. Now I'll play with the beat so you see what it sounds like.
You get mind, you get a grace, shoot a shot, but you break a heart. Examine your words before you say, Pull your trigger, but me no feel hurt. Like a Messi, you dey cut, you dey run, you dey score. Every day you ball into the core. When them stand on your way, them they fall. Oh no no, because send that in. When this fire waiting for my soul.
So I think that's good. So what I added next was my Valhalla vintage Verb. Yeah, let me increase it. So what settings am I using? I actually think I made a tutorial on my last mixing tutorial where I showed you guys how to set your tempo. I mean, to set your reverb to sit directly on tempo with the track. So I calculated that. I think I used 60,000 divided by the BPM of this track. That's 60,000 divided by 2, and I kept on dividing till I got 60,000 divided by 2. Then I multiplied it by 2 or 4 to get this. Let's try it again. So what I did was this: 60,000 divided by 102, which is the BPM of this song. I got 588 point something. Then I multiplied it by 2. I got this. Then I multiplied it by 2 again. I got 2.352, which was what I imputed here, 2.35. Then for my pre-delay, what did I do for my pre-delay? I actually, now let's divide it back by 4 because that's what we did. Divided by 102. This 60,000 divided by 102. I got this. Now to get your pre-delay, you keep dividing this result by 222 to get a pre-delay that is on time. Then you keep trying each one of them, the one that fits best to the song you're actually working on. So I divided by 2. I got 28. I tried it wasn't giving me what I wanted. I divided by 2 again. I tried it wasn't giving me what I wanted. I divided by 2 again. Then I got 73.5. This 73.5 actually gave me what I wanted. That was what I used, approximately 74. 73.5, when you approximate it as a mathematician, you get 74. So, and I brought down the mix level up to 11.2% because I'm not actually using it as a send. I'm using it as an insert track. That's why I'm making use of my mix knob. If I were to be using this reverb as a send, the mix knob will be at 100. You get? So that was what I did, and this is how the vocal sounded like with the reverb and delay.
You get mind, you get a grace, shoot a shot, but you break a heart. Examine your words before you say. Pull your trigger, but me no feel hurt. Like a Messi, you dey cut, you dey run, you dey score. Every day you ball into the core. When them stand on your way, them they fall. Oh no no, because send that in. When this fire waiting for my soul, she used my heart.
So now the next thing I did was this track. This was a backing track. He took some part and I also took some parts. And this part was just to emphasize a particular phrase of the vocals, of the lead vocals. And this was how it sounded like. Listen.
Before you say, every day you ball into the core. Send that in. Oh, my Bambi, such a pity.
So that's what we actually did with this particular track. And let me give it a different color so we'll know it's different. Let me do it here. Purple, I think. Yeah. So this is the backing, or will I say the supporting lead track. And what did I do? I duplicated this lead again here. I duplicated it. Same thing, RVOX. And now on this track, instead of boosting the high frequency, I didn't boost it because I don't want it to like clash with the lead vocal. So I removed the 8K region, but I left the other part the way it is. Then added my NS1. Okay, then CLA2A, same thing, and then REQ. Now instead of leaving this on street, I rolled off around that 8K. As you can see, I rolled it off so that the vocals, those what will I call it, the presence, since I wanted these vocals to sit in the back, you get, I actually rolled it off around 8K. So and that was what I did with the EQ. Then my compressor, that was the CLA 76, the black version, and C1 compressor to compress it again. Then DEesser, like, and for this track, what I added again was a doubler. And why did I add this doubler? I added this doubler just to make the backing track not to sit directly in the middle, so it will be all wide towards the left and right stereo field. And this is what's actually how it sounded. Listen.
Oh my Bambi, such a pity.
Listen, let me take you to this section. This is it. Without it. Seconds to change your ways, change your face. Tireless, you can start again. Run your race. Oh. This is it. Sit down. If I know them for So added the doubler to stereolize the mono track, because it's a mono track. I stereolized it to be on the left and the right ears. You get? So now I added a reverb to it just to push it more further away from the lead track. So I think it's the same. Yeah, it's the same settings I added on the lead track. That's what I did, just to push it to the back. And you notice there is no delay on this track. Then what did I do? I limited the signal, so it's gonna be consistent. I don't want it to be poking through all the time, so it's just a steady, consistent supporting lead vocal. Listen. See, I'm actually chopping it off because I don't want it to be a kind of dynamic. I wanted it to be stable and consistent, so that was what I added. And together, I think that was what I did. All this track, like I explained before, I don't think we needed them. I just have this habit of recording multiple tracks, then I will select the best performance of each track, like I said. So that was what I did. So I'll play the song from the beginning to the end one more time, and I think that was all I did. Vybe.
Jama. Now you know if you change ada. Oh na 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 Jama.
Oh my gosh, it's based up on the beat.
Now you know if you change. I know you get mine, you get a grace. Shoot a shot, but you break a heart. Examine your words before you say. Pull your trigger, but me no feel hurt. Like a Messi, you dey cut, you dey run, you dey score. Every day you ball into the core. When them stand on your way, them they fall. Oh no no, Biko Jah, fend and rain. When this fire waiting for my soul, she use my heart to break it fast. Oh no no, she for pity my soul. Oh my Bambi, such a pity. Where you been there when I call your phone? You do it fizzy with my Gucci, but you give and waiting be my own. Inside dinner, there I sit down. Where if for day, if I know they for them, higher killer, change them for them. All my finna, but you take 1 second to change your ways, change your face. Tie your legs, you can start again. Run your race, oh. Now you know if you change ada. No they carry me play ada. Ada. Watch it the second, you can call me Jama.
Vybe.
It's based up big.
So that's it, guys. If you find this tutorial interesting and you learned one or two things, kindly give it a thumbs up and also hit the bell notification so that whenever I post any videos, you'll be the first to be notified. So, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel, guys. You know, when you subscribe, you keep this channel alive. You get? So if you have any question, put it in the comment section. I reply to every comment. You get? So, and till next time, guys. Peace out.